Kordell. You sure got a pretty booty. Hi everyone, I am the fabulous Leo Brown, and as you can see, I am on here to talk about Kordell Steward and the recent, I wouldn't even call it a sex tape, but the whole leak about the tape and all that kind of stuff. So, first of all, I hope you guys are having a great beginning of winter. It is now officially wintertime, the month that I hate with a passion. But that's a whole other video. And I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great holidays. For those of you who celebrated the winter solstice, happy solstice to you. For those that celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, all the good stuff to everyone. So let's get into it about Miss Kordell, honey. So apparently, according to funky.eva.com, there was a person who dated Kordell Steward. They said for 2 years. And, I guess because of Kordell not admitting or not owning that he dated them, because, the guy, he claimed to be a guy. The guy is now outing Kordell as gay. Here's my thing about this. Here's my thoughts on this. First of all, I don't think Kordell Steward is gay. Call me crazy, but I don't. I think Kordell Steward is bisexual. That's just me. And there's nothing wrong with being gay or bisexual. Okay, men or even trisexual. There's nothing wrong with either one. I think there's nothing wrong with being sexually fluid, as long as you're honest with yourself. Here's my attitude about the guy outing Kordell. Personally, I don't agree with that. I think outing is a process. For those of us who would like to date high-profile people, like myself, I feel that you're making it harder for people like me who understand, okay, you have a high profile, you're a high-profile person, and it necessarily doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be a newscaster locally. It could be a, anybody just that has high appeal. I don't feel that that's right. I mean, because it's not like the guy is keeping you a secret per se. He's basically saying, like, look, you know my situation. And that's the one thing I want to say, too. You knew what you were getting into. The minute you laid down with this man, you knew that this man was high profile. You knew that he had gay rumors going all the way back, like a long time. This is not the first time. None of this is new. So you knew. And you sound more like a jilted, scorned person than you do someone that is genuinely upset. And you're just trying to get your 15 minutes, which I don't think is right. So my thoughts on it is, was it right what this person did? No. Could it have been handled better? Yes. I think your sexuality or your fluidity is your business, personally. Now, that's not to say that I believe that you should just be, married with 2 kids and you cheating on your wife. No, I don't believe in doing that. I don't think you should do that at all. Because we all know that Portia Stewart was his beard. We all know that. We're not dumb. But even with her, I think she knew that. I honestly believe she knew that. She just fell in love with the trappings, which were the money, the notoriety, the fame, quote unquote. I mean, because granted, Kordell Stewart is not, a Justin Bieber, but he's pretty well known. And I think she fell into it, and I think so did he. I think the guy who allegedly claims to be his former lover fell into it. I think he fell into the trappings of it, and now it was like, oh, well, you're not going to acknowledge me, so I'm going to out you, and I'm going to go to a blog. And I also find it, to be quite honest, very messy. Real people, regardless of gender, do not approach someone, do not go to a blog and go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to a blogger, a well-known blogger who basically makes money off of mess. I mean, really. So why would you choose to go to, and there's nothing against Funky.Neva. I have nothing against Funky.Neva at all. Quentin, at all. I like Quentin, actually. But Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you sit down like a real man? I'm just gonna be honest and say, excuse me, and say, Kordell, here's my issue. Here's my problem. Here's why I feel like I'm not being included. I know you have an image to uphold. I know you have a reputation, but I feel some kind of way about the fact that, you and I, nobody knows about me. But at the same token, that's very selfish of you. Because my attitude is, don't you have your own life? Like I said, you knew what you were getting into the minute you laid down with said man. Okay? The minute you guys became more than bros, you knew what you were doing. So don't sit up here and go, oh, you know what I mean? And you talk about the money he gave you and the money you gave him. Why are you bringing all that out? Like that's not right. And also, let's be real. If you look at the video, and I'll leave the link below so you guys can see it. If you look at the video, number one, there's no sound. And then number two, he shows his penis and his butt. Now I'm gonna say this. Kordell, baby, you got a beautiful ass. I ain't gonna lie, your ass is delicious. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at that, I was like, oh, well. Look at that football butt. Just nice and round and firm and things. Yes, honey, it's been a minute. But anyway, it was nice to look at, but at the same time, that's something private. You know what I mean? Like, why would you, and then number one, why would you make the sound? Because if he's talking to you, if that was you on a video or another man, you would think that you would want people to hear him exchanging sexual conversation with another man to confirm, to bring home that he may be gay. And also, like I've always said, and I've said this, off camera, but coming out is a process. You don't go from, I wake up one morning, I realize I'm gay, to coming out and then everything's fine. Coming out is a process. I've been out since I was 16. And I still have not issues with coming out to myself, but other people. I still have to come out to different, come out in different ways. I still have to even admit certain things to myself, not about my sexuality, but just in general, about myself that I normally wouldn't admit. So it's a process. It's not something that is overnight. Anybody that will tell you that is new, that is not even new to the game, will tell you coming out is a process. It's not easy. It's not. It really isn't. I never thought I would say this, and I'm kind of like going off a little bit, but I recently saw a video, and I may link this video too. Saw a video that Vice Documentaries did about the AIDS crisis in the South. And I'm originally from Alabama. I'm from Montgomery. Okay? Montgomery, Alabama. I'm a Southern Belle. Born and raised, honey. And this documentary, it took place in Jackson, Mississippi. And in it, they were talking about how, yes, we're gay, but we really don't have the support. So we have to keep it secret. Now, just imagine growing up in a society, in a state, in a culture, in the African American culture, let's be real. In our culture, we don't embrace gay people. We just don't. We don't embrace them the way we should, even though we don't mind them. You don't mind us being your hairstylist, your makeup artist, your dancers, your choreographers. You don't mind us doing that for you. But you don't really embrace us. You don't approve of our lifestyle. And then you wonder why the DL movement exists. This is why it exists, because of things like that. Imagine growing up as a young man or a young woman, because this happens with lesbians too. And growing up as a young man, a young woman, or transgender, because I'm going to bring that in here too. And you're around people who tell you in so many ways through, television, through family, through religion, church plays a big role, that who you are, your essence, who you are does not matter. It doesn't exist. It's wrong. It's dirty. It's unnatural. It's all these things that we've heard over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So what do? You either internalize it or you hide it. And you go out and you try to find, in secret, mind you, like-minded people who relate to what you're going through. So you do what you feel is best. You do what's expected. You get married, you have kids, you get a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Or you get a boyfriend, you have a husband, or you dress like a man, or even though you feel you've been born the wrong gender, or you become overly feminine. You become more hyper feminine, more girly if you're a woman who wants to transform into a man. So, or you just repress it all together and you use things like drugs, alcohol, clubbing, sex. You can't sit up here and, like I said, I know I'm going on a tangent, but you can't sit up here and blame, DL people for quote unquote for, what's going down in the black community. You can't blame them for that. Not partially. Because if you have a community that's basically telling you, well, you're full of shit, we don't like you, you're an abomination, you're unnatural, what do we do with that? Trust me, I grew up around that. I know what that is. And I'm not saying that it's easy to come out. I'm not, because it's not. It's hard. But what I'm saying is, you can't sit up here and be like, well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be married and have kids and fuck around with me. You should be honest. Okay, but if they're being chastised, if they're being demonized, if they're being humiliated for who they are, what do you expect them to do? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying look at it from a different vantage point. And with Kordell Steward, I honestly believe that's what's going on with him. I don't think that I think with himself, he knows he's bisexual. I think he knows he's gay. But to the whole world, he doesn't want everybody knowing. And let's be real, not everybody needs to know who you sleep with. That's none of your business. And my thing is, like I said, going back to my earlier point, when it comes to these these queens, honey, that get with these professional athletes, I'm so tired of y'all. Because you fuck it up for people like me. He's not disincluding you. He's not hiding you. People know that you guys are dating. He's just not on TV saying to my baby, thank you. No, because guess what? He has an image to uphold. Let's be real. He's in a different community. I hate to say it, but the black community and the white community and the Latino community and all we're very much alike, but we are also very different when it comes to sex and sexuality. We are bombarded by images of machismo, hypermasculinity, hyperfemininity with women. I mean, like, come on now. Look at Nicki Minaj. That's a really good example. And look at how hyperfeminine she is. Even though she's not really a feminist, but that's a whole other show. But let's be honest. Look at that. So you can't blame him for saying, look, I know they're going to villainize me in the press. I can't be open with you, but in private, I will treat you like a queen. Why are you ruining that? Because you feel, well, he just didn't put me first. You knew what was going on with him when you laid down with him. You knew this. So I don't buy that. That actually irritates me. Because I'm gonna be real. I can't remember his name. He was a football player. And he dated a guy who called himself Hollywood. And Hollywood did the same thing. He went to the blogs and outed him. And now the man has no career. Look at Michael Sam. Yes, Michael Sam was openly gay, but like let's be real. He got used. He got boned. I mean, let's keep it all the way funky. So I don't understand. Like, what are you getting from that? What are you gaining from doing this to this man? And as far as the DL thing, I do understand why men and some women are DL. I get it because unfortunately for me, I can't hide who I am. I mean, and I don't want to, but I do understand why a lot of people repress their sexuality. It's not because they want to, they feel they have to. It's survival for them. So that's all I want to say. So I'm going to leave a link down to the story and the video so you guys can see it. And I will also leave a link to the Vice documentary that I was talking about the AIDS crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. Watch that. It's really good. It's only like 20 minutes. It's really good. And it speaks volumes. It really tells you a lot. you know, and not just, and it doesn't happen just down south. It happens everywhere. So, you know, that's all I wanted to say. That was my thoughts on the whole Kordell Stewart situation. Kordell, honey, if you ever watch this, hey, one and two, you know, I wish you the best of luck. I don't think you should. Here's the thing. Should he deny who he is? No, I think he should come out and be like, hey, yeah, I did it. It was me. It was my booty on the camera, honey. And my booty looked good, okay? And my penis looked cute, right? You know what I mean? He shouldn't deny that at all. He shouldn't cover it up and say, well, I was talking to a woman. It doesn't matter. You know, your giblets and gravy are still out there. So I don't think he should deny who he is. I think he should come out and say, yeah, I may not be gay, but I'm bisexual or whatever. And then gradually, if he happens to be gay, be open about it. Because you don't know how many people that you could be inspiring. You know, but I do understand why a lot of professional athletes, people of power, not just men, but women too, choose to be discreet about who they sleep with. Because let's be real, at the end of the day, it's none of your business. None of your business. And I think as long as that professional person, and not just that professional, but even that the blue collar dude across the street, as long as that person treats you with respect and doesn't keep you a secret like the family knows, friends know, things like that, that's a different story. You know, but if you just going around, sneaking around and fucking everything that you see, then we got some explaining to do. Then we have some work, some inner work that we need to do. So that's just my thoughts. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on the situation? Leave your comments below. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all very much. And once again, I hope you have a great holidays. And I will talk with you soon. It has been me, the fabulous Leo Brown. And I'll see you guys later. Okay? Bye-bye.